Welcome back, YouTube. I'm going to do a video today on a pocket knife. It's a Spyderco pocket knife. A little backstory. This is a new one, and let me explain. The first one, this is a Spyderco Delica 4. The other one that I had was a Spyderco Delica 3. I had that knife for 6 years and put it through abuse and use like you would not believe. I carried it every day. I used it for work. I used it to clean fish. You name it, I used that knife. It had a couple of chips in the blade. The tip was broke off just a little bit. And 6 months ago, I lost my knife. And I couldn't find it anywhere. I looked high and low. No stone was left unturned. And I just couldn't find it. My knife was gone. And you know, as men, we kind of get attached to these things like a good pocket knife. And I missed that knife terribly. I don't know where I lost it at, but irregardless, it was gone. So my birthday rolled around, and my wife, not knowing exactly what knife I had, was able to search around and find it. And she got me this knife for my birthday. And I was a happy man to have a knife back. I still, you know, once you get used to a knife and you've had it in your pocket, carrying it around for so long, you just get used to it, and I kind of miss that knife. But I'll have to move on now because I got me a brand new one. So the specs on this knife, the overall length on it is 7.11 inches. The blade length is 2.9 inches. The metal is VG10. Closed length is 4.25 inches. It's 2.6 ounces is the weight of it. The handle is made of FRN plastic. It's an ambidextrous clip with your pocket clip here, and the grind on this is saber ground, which, in other words, it's a flat grind on the edge of it. My old one, I must have sharpened it 100 times or better, and it would take an edge like a razor and keep it for a long time. But I'm just going to go through this knife and tell you what I think about it. You know, personally, I think this is the best everyday carry knife that there is. And it's also meant to be a bit of a tactical knife, and I'll kind of go through that and show you why that is. Of course, with the orange color, you know, I'm not sure how tactical this one would be. But anyway, let's take a closer look at it. So, here it is. This is the box that it comes in. Spyderco knife. It's a Delica 4. The one I had before was a Delica 3. The metal in this knife is made in Japan, and it's SG10 metal. The way that I understand it is that they make the blade in Japan, and then they send it here to Colorado. The plastic on it is made in Colorado, and they assemble it in Colorado. So that's the way that I understand that it works. Now, a couple of the things between the Delica 3 and the Delica 4 that they changed is now, instead of having, they used to have rivets all along here, and you can see on the back here, well, these all used to be rivets. Well, they have changed that to where now they are screw-in instead of the rivets, which allows you, if you should have to, and I don't know why you would have to, but if you have to, you can unscrew and take this cover off for whatever reason. So, like I said, the metal is SG10. It's a flat ground knife, and the trademark part of this knife is the hole that they put in, the thumb hole, for opening and closing the knife. And it's truly a one-handed knife. You can open it very easily with one hand due to that thumb hole. And this is exclusive to the Spyderco knives. And then it's got the lock back. You just mash the button and it locks. Also new with this 4th edition is, if you can see these three holes right above that one screw, that's to allow you to oil the pivot point on the knife. I love these little details that, you know, that they think of with doing these different editions. But right here, right there, is the pivot point for where your knife is. So what you can do is when you open your knife, it exposes the blade inside of those 3 holes. So then you can just put your little drops of lubricant in those 3 holes, and it will hit the tang of the blade. You just hold it up like this for a couple seconds and it will run down and get to that pivot point. Okay, so that's a really, I love that feature, is that, you know, you can oil it without squirting it down through the tang here. You just squirt a little bit of oil on each side where those 3 holes are, and you can oil the pivot point. And the other thing is, I was mentioning how this could be used as a tactical knife, and in a lot of circles it is, because they make black, brown, various different colors, but it's got a place here for your lanyard. You can see that right in the middle of that clip. You got a place for your lanyard, and they put a coating on this metal which is an anti-glare coating, so it's not, the sun's not going to glare off of the blade. So it's a dampening coating that they put on this blade so that it doesn't reflect harshly, and you don't get any shine off of the blade. This FRN plastic handle, the grip on this, let me see if I can get a close up. I don't know if you can see that, but anyway, it's got a fish scale grip on this. So when you're holding this in your hand, there is no way that this knife is going to fall out of your hand. It's a fairly aggressive grip on here. So there's just no way that this is going to fall out of your hand or somebody's going to snatch it from you. When you open it, the grip on this is just so comfortable in the hand. I mean, it's got this little, you know, this little point right up here where it kind of goes up, and you can just place your index finger right in there, and then it's just, the grip is super comfortable. And another little thing that they did was this up here is scalloped to where you can put your thumb on that without worry of it slipping off. So you can place your thumb on that. You don't have to worry about your thumb, you know, slipping off of the blade. So that's a nice little feature that I like. And then little things like, you know, they've got it stamped down here, the metal on the tang right there. They've got it stamped into the blade is the metal that is used and the country of origin. And then they've got the Spyderco right there is the Spyderco trademark. And then they have on the clip, they have the trademark also embossed on the clip of the knife. This clip is a very, very sturdy clip. You know, you clip that into your pants pocket or your belt or whatever, you're not going to have to worry about this falling off of your pants pocket. It's a very, very sturdy clip. The handle here is stamped with Spyderco Delica 4. I know you can't see that, but it's there. It's embossed with a Spyderco Delica 4 on there. And the operation of this knife is just, if you're into pocket knives or any kind of knives, the operation of this knife is just so smooth and so fluid. You know, it doesn't take anything to open it. And then when you shut it, you know, you just mash that back lock and it just goes right down and shuts. What else? I think that about covers it as far as, you know, what the knife is. I can tell you though that it's just a beast. It's a beast of a knife. I think the retail on this is around $130. So I mean, it's pricey, you know, I guess, but this knife will last forever. There's just no doubt about it. I had it, like I said, I had my last one for 6 years. I used it, abused it, you know, and it just kept going, kept taking an edge. It takes a beautiful edge and keeps the edge for a long time. And so as far as an everyday carry knife, I just don't think that you're ever going to find a better knife for everyday use. This is spot on in just about every category that you can think of. There's, you know, there's no give to it. You know, you can't, the sheath part, you can't move it around, you can't, it's just very well put together. And I think that I probably would say that this is the best, by far this is the best knife I've ever owned. But I would really never want to own another pocket knife once you've had one like this. So that's about it, ladies and gentlemen. Highly recommend this knife. If you have one, or, you know, if you're thinking about getting one, let me know in the comments. If you have any questions, we use this knife forever, and I'm just tickled pink that I got another one. And so I appreciate you watching. If the video was informative or entertaining, albeit short, how about hit that likes button? And if you're so inclined, how about hit that subscribe button? Okay, so we'll see you next time. And until then, remember, be kind to each other. It don't cost a thing. See ya.